Admiral Kethvar gazed through the viewport of the Sovereign Redemption at the blue marble suspended in the void ahead. Earth. After 3 millennia of exile, they had finally returned to reclaim what was rightfully theirs. Scans indicate the primitive species has multiplied, reported his tactical officer, antennae twitching with disdain. 8 billion of the hairless apes now infest our ancestral world. Kethvar's mandibles clicked in amusement. When the Vex Thari had been forced to abandon Earth due to their dying homeworld, barely 1 million humans had huddled in caves, banging rocks together. Now they would learn what happened to squatters. Deploy the atmospheric processors, he commanded. Begin with their largest population centers. Once we eliminate 90% of them, the survivors will serve as adequate labor stock. The fleet of 300 vessels moved into position. Each ship carried enough firepower to glass a continent. This would be a simple extermination. Then the first human ship appeared. It materialized from nowhere, no warp signature, no engine trails. One moment empty space, the next a sleek vessel that dwarfed even their command ship. More ships followed, blinking into existence with the casual ease of thoughts becoming reality. Impossible, breathed the tactical officer. They're using quantum displacement technology. That's beyond even our capabilities. A transmission crackled through their communications array. The voice was calm, almost bored. Unknown vessels. You have entered Terran space without authorization. State your intentions or prepare to be escorted out. Kethvar's laugh was a harsh, chittering sound. Escort us? These monkeys dare threaten the Vex Thari. He opened a channel. Primitive beings, you are trespassing on Vex Thari territory. Surrender immediately or face extinction. There was a pause. Then, impossibly, came the sound of human laughter. Oh, you're those guys, the voice said. The ones who abandoned this place when things got tough. Grandpa used to tell stories about you. Hang on, let me pull up the historical records. Yeah, here we go. The Vex Thari left Earth approximately 3,000 years ago, after their homeworld entered an ice age. Interesting. How'd that work out for you? Kethvar's blood vessels pulsed with rage. We have returned to reclaim what is ours. You will. Actually, the human interrupted, according to galactic law, specifically the territorial abandonment clause of the Andromeda Accords. Any species that voluntarily vacates a world for more than one standard millennium forfeits all claims to it. You've been gone 3 times that long. Earth belongs to us now. Galactic law? Kethvar sputtered. What could you possibly know of? Oh, we wrote most of it, the human said cheerfully. Humans have been the dominant force in this galaxy for about 1,500 years now. We've got colonies in 17 different star systems, trade agreements with 43 species, and a pretty robust legal framework for handling situations exactly like this. The tactical officer's screen lit up with contacts. Hundreds of them. Then thousands. Human ships were emerging from quantum folds throughout the system, massive dreadnoughts, nimble fighters, ships of designs the Vex Thari had never seen. This is a trick, Kethvar hissed. Holographic projections. The humans we knew could barely make fire. The humans you knew, came the reply, were basically toddlers. We've had 3,000 years to grow up. Would you like a demonstration of what we've learned? One of the human ships, a modest frigate, barely a tenth the size of a Vex Thari cruiser, fired a single shot. The energy beam passed through the void and struck the asteroid field at the system's edge. The entire field, spanning hundreds of thousands of kilometers, simply ceased to exist. Not destroyed, not scattered, unmade, as if it had never been there at all. Kethvar's entire bridge crew fell silent. That was a reality disruptor, the human explained conversationally. We've learned to manipulate matter at the quantum level. Also time, space, and several other dimensions you probably haven't discovered yet. We could unmake your entire fleet the same way, but honestly, we'd rather not. The paperwork is murder." "What? What do you want?" Kethvar whispered. "Same thing we've always wanted. To be left alone to live our lives in peace. Look, we get it, you want a home. Your species is probably struggling out there somewhere. But Earth, isn't it? However, we might be able to help you find something better." A new signal reached their sensors. A data packet containing star charts, planetary surveys, and detailed information about dozens of uninhabited worlds, perfectly suited for Vexthari physiology. "These are gift worlds," the human continued. "Better than Earth ever was for your species. Higher mineral content, ideal atmospheric composition, no pesky native species to worry about. Pick one and we'll even help you get established. All we ask in return is that you join the galactic community as peaceful members." Kethvar stared at the data. Each world was paradise, far better than the dying rock they'd spent millennia calling home. "Why?" he asked. "Why help us after we threatened you?" "Because that's what humans do," came the reply. "We've learned that the universe is big enough for everyone and strong enough to help those who need it. The humans you knew 3,000 years ago were scared, isolated creatures fighting for survival. We're not those humans anymore." Kethvar looked around his bridge, at his crew's hopeful faces, then at the data showing worlds beyond their dreams. "We accept your offer," he said finally. "Excellent. Welcome to the neighborhood. Fair warning though, try to conquer anyone again, and we'll have problems. The kind of problems that end with your species becoming a cautionary tale told to scare young civilizations." As the Vexthari fleet turned toward their new home, Kethvar reflected on what they'd learned. Humans weren't the primitive species they'd left behind. They'd become something far more dangerous than conquerors. They'd become builders, teachers, protectors, and there was nothing in the universe more terrifying than a species that had learned to turn strength into compassion, except when crossed.